Now it's time to deal with the drama. You know what I mean? What number is Carson Wentz going to wear?
Whoa.
What number is Carson Wentz going to wear whenever he gets to the Indianapolis Colts? He's never had this happen before. You know, everywhere he's went, he's been able to do his thing. Now he gets traded for a third-round draft pick. He's on the outs with his old coach. He's back with his older coach. Here we go. Things are good. I just need that number 11. Let's go ahead and put it on the jersey, put it on the pads. I'll put on the helmet. I'm going to go learn how to play football again. Michael Pittman Jr., who's a rookie wide receiver going into his second year for the Indianapolis Colts, said, no, not so fast. I talked to Carson Wentz, and I ain't giving him up my number, says Michael Pittman Jr. Michael Pittman Jr. caught for 503 yards and 1 touchdown last year. Michael Pittman Jr. on a media tour says, Carson Wentz ain't getting my fucking number. Now, I hate to break it to Pittman Jr., and I understand you've been a very good football player for a long time. Carson Wentz is coming alongside like a $40, $50 million contract or something like that.
Yeah.
Pittman, if Carson wants your number, Carson will get your motherfucking number, pal. I just want to let you know. I appreciate the fact that you're on TMZ and on Good Morning Football saying, he ain't getting my number. We already talked about it. It's like, if Carson Wentz wants your number, he's getting your motherfucking number, Michael Pittman. I would like to let you know that. Now, if Carson doesn't want the number, everybody's saying he's maybe coming to 1, maybe going to get the number 1. I'd be pumped about it. Hey, bring that number back off the shelf, pal. Bring it on in there. Now, everybody's going to say it'll be a laugh in my face moment, you know, because I was out there openly saying, please, let's relax with the Carson Wentz to Indianapolis talk. Now, I was saying that when Matthew Stafford was available and other quarterbacks were potentially available, so we're in a much different time. But if he wants to come and eliminate one of those ones, you know, because Michael Pittman Jr., superstar, says you ain't wearing my number, so he goes and just wears the regular number 1, that's fine with me. The Colts in the number 1 jersey have a great history, okay? I'm not the only one, obviously, that's worn it. Hoosier Olympians have worn it before. They go to the Olympics, maybe come in 15th place. They get a halftime ceremony. They get a number 1 jersey with their name on the back of it. How you doing? Keep it moving. You take a shit in a Porta-John at the Indy 500, game time ceremony, number 1 jersey with your name. You take the stairs instead of the elevator at Lucas Oil Stadium and the right people see you, halftime ceremony, number 1 jersey with your name on the back of it. A lot of people think I'd be upset with it. No. I'd be pumped for that number 1 jersey to be back with the Carson Wentz name on it. But I will say the first couple times they gave it to the people that were passing people in the left lane and then getting a halftime ceremony and number 1 jersey with their fucking name on it, I was like, okay, come on. I mean, I feel like I'm like maybe the number 3 jersey seller right now. Can we relax for a second? And they're like, no, just wait until you see what this guy does. This guy's dog does backflips. Halftime ceremony, number 1 jersey with the dog's last name on it. How you doing? Keep moving. So I just got their point. I'm past it. So shout out to Carson Wentz. I hope he wears the number 1. I'm pumped for him.
Does Pittman Jr. understand that the guy who's going to be throwing him the ball is Carson Wentz? Does he not realize
Great call. Great call. That was, as soon as I saw him on this media run, I was like, all right, cool. Michael Pittman Jr. does media runs. Here we go. All right. I like hearing an Indianapolis Colt guy get out there and chat. Doesn't happen all the time. Look up his stats. I'm like, okay, I remember him having some flashes or whatever. 500 and some yards, 1 touchdown. Here we go. Maybe a piece of the future. But, like, there's beautiful stories of wide receivers like buying their quarterbacks gifts and things like that. Like, hey, need you to look my way a little bit more. Pittman's like, no, dog. I had 1 touchdown last year. You ain't getting my fucking number.
What?
No, you want to throw me the ball wearing my jersey? No, get the fuck out of here, dude. I ain't doing that. I love it. Now, I guess I should have listened to the whole quote from Michael Pittman Jr., but this sounds like this is potentially going to backfire a little bit for old Pittman Jr., and he better hope that they just keep no other weapons on the team, right? T.Y., free agent. They got Jack Doyle. He's probably going to be pretty good looking at Carson Wentz wearing whatever jersey it is in number 11. Pittman's going to, he's going to have to get in the good graces of the quarterback, as every wide receiver always is. I think a good way to start is telling him to go fuck himself whenever he says, we want to have a conversation about that number. No, not around here. This is Pittman Jr. number, dude.
Yeah, it's genius. And also Pascal. Pascal's also a free agent, so he might not be back either. It really might be just Pittman out there.
So it's just Pittman and Wentz.
And Wentz is just not going to even look at him. Okay,
11,
he's on the right?
Oh, number 11. Huh?
Left. Where's that at?
That's crazy.
All right, I'll take a sec.
I don't see it.
Nope.
Anybody else? Still need some weapons. All you got now is Michael Pittman, who's already, telling that quarterback of his, you ain't getting my fucking number, pal. But Carson could have an incredible run here. This could be a beautiful thing if it does work out that way.
Hey, did Pittman say, what if Carson offers him a big chunk of cash? Will he give it up?
I think he said there's already conversations and there won't be a deal to be had or something like that. What I'm saying is, hey, even if you don't want to give up your number, I don't think you should be doing a public dance on a grave. You know what I mean? What's up, bitch?
Hey, they're cool though. They're
Go
cool.
Gump.
What's that?
They're cool though.
Yeah, they said we're cool though.
They're cool.
We're cool though.
Okay. Yeah. Are they? Let's
Yeah.
see. Let's see
Yeah.
what that looks like.
Yeah, that's what AJ. By the way, that's what I was saying too, and I was getting a lot of people tweeting me that I was overreacting. It's like, well, it is overreaction Monday, but also like you're a wide receiver. That's your quarterback. You know, you had 500 yards last year. This is your second year in the NFL. Maybe fucking relax just a little bit, but also still, like, why are we going public with this already? And I understand it's probably a topic of conversation that people will ask about. Very easy way around that is just like, we'll see how that whole thing pans out. You know, we'll see how that goes. But I don't know if that's something I would do if I was Michael Pittman, but he's great at football. Flashes we saw this year, he was really good. Gonna need more weapons, but if Carson comes in and dominates, good on Chris Ballard.
Yeah, good. Well, I respect Pittman's confidence here. The fact that he can instantly, not going to happen. Not giving it up.
Nah, bruh. Carson, he's getting paid what, $40 million? Fucking
Please.
ain't wearing my number, dude. Get out of here.
Like, what if Carson was like, hey, man, I'll give you 2.5 mil.
No deal to be had. We're
Sorry.
cool though.
I'm alone.
I'm in. I sold my off-season parking spot, my in-season parking spot, and my first-class seat when I was in the bank.
Yeah, a lot of people. A lot of people were asking. By the way, a lot of people asked. There was a couple people that came in and said, like, "Hey, if I want the number one, can I have?" I was like, "Absolutely. If you would like to buy the number, go ahead and have it." You know what I mean? Just do it. Those people never made team, by the way. Yeah, those people never made team.
Wait, those guys that were asking for your number, there's guys that did that did not make the team.
Yeah.
With Wentz
Wait,
too.
So what? Priorities may be a bit skewed.
Well, yeah, that's what we're talking about here with this whole conversation.
He should wear one. Carson should definitely wear one.
I agree. Now, I will like to see if they give, like, average Porta-John shitter who did something, a number one jersey with his last name on it like they did whenever I was playing there, where every human that did anything in the Midwest area of the country would get a halftime game ceremony with their name on the back of number one jersey, potentially selling those as well. Will they do that with Wentz if he goes to number one? I don't think Wentz will go to number one, but I'd love old Wentz to rock number one. I would be for it, not against it.
Yeah, I think he should. Could he somehow find a way to wear like 99, really set himself apart?
00.
That'd be awesome, dude.
High school number was 20.
Who, Carson?
Yeah.
What did he play? Running back, I wonder.
Doug Flutie.
Wing T.
Maybe.